I'm going to start by introducing you to my friend Reed Weir. And Reed Weir is one of my favorite artists. I mean, her whole family is my favorite artist, but I'm particularly always drawn to her work because she has a real sense of iconography and poetry, which I just love and feed off of as a musician. But Reed, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up?
I'm from this area. My grandparents were here in the 40s in McKellar. I was born in McKellar. Then I was raised in Windsor, Ontario, but still maintained a connection to Barrie Sound because my parents, a lot of people here will know my parents more than me for sure, Bert Weir and Elena Zebriskaidy. They were the owners of Loon Studios.
Right.
And so they were very active in the art community from the 70s and 80s. And it's 90s, not so much, but they were very active in that period of time. So I have a connection to this area. But then I married and moved to Newfoundland, and I was there, almost 30 years. So I was away from here for a long period of time. Mm-hmm. And then when I was in Newfoundland, I established my own art career as a ceramicist, a sculptor.
Right.
And so recently I've returned to this area about 6 years ago now. Mm-hmm. And I've taken over my father's studio in McKellar. And I've switched, and not only when I switch provinces, I switch mediums. Mm-hmm. So now I'm back and I'm painting. So the paintings that you see here that will be part of this event were painted in McKellar.
And I love that because I worked with Reed's father quite a bit doing music and painting together. Mm-hmm. And it was, for us, very rooted in place. And I think that having Reed's paintings here really allows this to be rooted in place, not just anywhere.
Well, I have to say that because when I moved here, actually one of my series is called Signatures of Place. Because coming here, when I came back, trying to find, it was like I came back to a place that I was totally familiar with, but totally strange to me as well, because 30 years, it's a different place.
30 years. Yeah.
So I started that series, or I guess many series, trying to find iconology or imagery, visual imagery that represents this place. So I could learn about this culture, because I have to relearn the culture, because I'm a stranger in my own land, right? Yeah. So it is about place. And you'll see that with my paintings, a lot of them, when you look at them, the narratives in it, part that I found fascinating when I was researching this area is how humans and nature connect with each other. That's something that people hear, they'll talk about the loon, they'll talk about the smell of the pine trees, they'll talk about whatever. And so it's that point that fascinates me in my paintings. So I like these paintings, they're bird baths in it, because to me that's a benign point where nature and humans are both observers and observed of each other. Mm-hmm. And so it's that zone, but it is of place. It is of McKellar, it is of Parry Sound, it is of this area.
And you sense that right away.
That's a long answer.
No, that's a great answer, because people may wonder what iconography is. Okay. So can you explain
I'm thinking of imagery. It's like, if you stood on the moon and you looked back at, say, a magazine, and you're flipping through the pages, what visually that you would see that would make you think of McKellar? Or what visually would you see that would think of Ontario or whatever? But to me, that is the imagery. It doesn't even have to be an image. It could be a sense, like a smell. Mm-hmm. It could be the sound. I think with your composers, you would find that there's sounds and rhythms that are here, that are of here, right? I'm doing that with color, and I'm doing that with imagery and composition. But I'm looking for the essence of here.
Place, yeah. Yes. And that is so true about the pieces on this concert, because the first piece on the concert is by Ballantine, who conducts Parry Sound Singers, but prior to coming here, was quite well known as a composer, and he writes beautiful, kind of almost jazz, but post-jazz music, and he wrote his piece to your dad's
Yes.
piece. Now, what's interesting is that I was actually improvising to some of your dad's paintings while he was painting the paintings that Len chose to write.
Yes, the summer grasses
Yeah,
around
right,
in
yeah,
McKellar. Yes.
So that's very cool.
That piece will be here in the lobby,
Yeah.
the one that Len
Yeah.
painted.
Yeah.
Right, so that people could see.
They can see
See
that,
us
yeah,
if they
and
want.
so I love that he chose that.
To me, what I find is really fascinating and fabulous, and I think the people of Parry Sound, I hope, embrace it totally. The fact that your orchestra, or the orchestra,
Yeah.
that has been created
Yeah.
here, takes that added effort to have that commission, to have given opportunity for composers to develop themselves, then musicians to develop themselves, and artists to be represented.
Yeah.
It's an amazing energy. Yes, it's nice that it has all the old guys, nice to have Beethoven and all that there, but the crown and the jewel to me is, and what draws me is, that uniqueness of having that contemporary construction of music in your community of top quality. I mean,
Yeah. It's good,
from grassroots up.
yeah.
I mean,
And
it can't. I'm sorry, but it can't get better than that. It's
Well, that's
sorry,
very flattering,
but that's the
it's-
truth of it.
And well, thank you, and thank you for sharing that vision, and that matters, because a lot of people just wonder, what am I doing?
No,
And
no,
to
no,
me,
no,
it's so
It's so
essential.
obviously to me that
Yeah.
it's has started very primitive, very unique. I think of you and Bert in the backfield playing and all that creative energy that came
Yeah.
from there. And it's just layers and layers and layers and growth and growth and growth.
For both of
And
us.
now it's a stocky center. People are going to be able to hear. Think of all the composers. You look at the poster and all the people that are coming, all the soloists that are going to be here, composers are going to be here, artists are going to be here.
And most of the orchestra, when I choose people for the orchestra, it's mainly people who are composers or in the
Yeah.
creative world. We do have to bring some people in because we can't cover all the parts, but when they come in, they always come in and work with the people of Parry Sound. Basically, they are here and they work. And Veda's piece, which is so relevant, and talk about of place. Veda, I'm so glad that we have this piece in the concert. When I thought of putting it with Mozart's Requiem, everyone went, yes, including you. What brings you to that yes of including that with Mozart's Requiem, with the art?
Oh, it's just that it just to me, I have a different perspective. I find that it's history. You don't have anything. Everything has history. Everything has a narrative. That it doesn't come from the air. It's a follow through. So with her piece, it is one thing to show something that was 1800s, which is fine. We all know there's no risk in that. We're guaranteed end result. But with her, there's risk. And risk can be very interesting for an audience. You go there and it's unknown, and you have to listen. It could take you in a dangerous place. It could take you in a lovely place. You lose a bit of comfort. Suddenly it's like exploration. And to me, that is necessary, because there's one thing to have the confirmed, but there's another thing to have the unknown. It's like, why do some people climb Mount Everest? It's for the unknown, it's for the risk, it's for searching for understanding of self, searching for understanding of now. And so to have something new where you just can't just sit there and blindly sing along is fabulous. It's to me. And so to me, personally, that is what draws me to this concert.
Well, as usual, you and I have lots to talk about, and I really appreciate that about you. And I think that welcome back to Parry Sound, Reed Weir.
Well, thank you.
I think that There's lots of great creative energy that you bring, and I'm looking forward to lots more work with you. Thanks so much
Thank
for
you.
coming
Well,
in.
thank you for inviting me. I'm very pleased and very honored to have my work.
Well, I'm honored to have your work in it, too.
So,
Mutual respect.
Yes.
Okay. Stocky Center, on March the 29th at 2 p.m., we're doing a concert called Requiem, which includes some of the works we've talked about today, and also some beautiful artworks from my friend Reed Weir, who gets it. And thank you for being a person who gets it. Okay.